Hi dear ones. I remember in my last video I said that it was very much abnormal. It was strange for our ladies to be this cheap. And I said it's not possible for our ladies just to follow a man like that. Now I'm talking about the Russian man who came to Kenya. It was said that he went first to Ghana, he met the ladies there, and then he came to Kenya and did the unthinkable. He recorded these ladies in their Now, it is alleged that one of the ladies who was in those videos, she's a medical student, or let's say a nursing student. And while she was in the house, or in whichever and or where this man resided, in the dustbin she found some boxes, unused boxes that had been used, and that dustbin had several drugs, and one of them was scopolamine. Those ones who know, maybe who have experience in medicine, they know that this is one of the medicine that is used by doctors in post-operative nausea to stop even vomiting and such a things. And in layman language, it is said that this medicine is also known as devil's bread. Why? Because when it is in the hands of criminals, they can do the worst with it. Have you ever heard of those people who come to you, they just talk to you, or they shake your hands, or they just touch you, and then you are disoriented and you just follow them, you go to the bank, you take money, you give them you give them your phone, you give them your handbag, and that is it. Because the drug can stay in your body for 8 hours, for close to 8 hours. And you see, if this was the case, anyone can be a victim. You see, so this was not even a laughing matter. When something like this happens, as a community, as a nation, we need to find out how, before we start calling these people, oh, they're just cheap. They're I don't want even to mention some of the words that some of the men were calling these ladies, and even some of women. You see, and you see, as a result of all our laughter, our mockery, it has been also alleged that one of the ladies has lost her life because she committed suicide. Now, it is also again said that this man was HIV/AIDS positive. Now, I want you to imagine. I saw Mom Josie say that if you have a sister, if you have a niece, if you have a wife, if you have a grandmother, if you have a friend, shut up. Because remember those videos, they have not all been released. And sometimes it is good when something has happened, let us not be quick to judge. I know when it comes to maybe adultery or fornication, it's not something that sits well with everybody. In fact, for us who are Christians, it is a no thing. But even in society morals, it is a no. It is a vice that is not acceptable. Now, in this case, this is someone who has been drugged. I saw another lady dance. She was dancing awkwardly. Another one, we saw them wash clothes. These ladies did some weird things that a normal girl cannot do. Now, suppose it is true they were drugged, then anyone can fall a victim. You know why they call scopolamine devil's breath? It is said that this drug, apart from being used in operative news and to prevent vomiting, maybe during that particular time, the doctors know much about that. I'm not a doctor, but maybe on psychological terms, this drug, it can mess you up. It can be used. Someone can put in your food. Someone can If you're a, if you like cigarette, they say they can lace it with it, and you will start acting according to the command of the person. I remember when I was sometimes when I was in Nairobi, I was crossing from OTC to Kencom. So when I reached Ambassador, no, before just when I was in at the OTC coming near bus station, I met a small girl, almost 14, 15, 16 years old. And then she told me that she's coming to Hilton Hotel. She doesn't know where that place is. I told her, since I'm going to Kencom and it's just the opposite, the other side of Kencom, we can just walk together. So when you were crossing the road, this girl will just hang on me, either on my dress or on my, just hold my hand tightly. Then she'll be like, ati this Nairobi, can anyone know? Ati mtu anaweza jua Nairobi kweli? She looked naive, harmless, fearful. Then I told her, you are just like my little sister, my little niece. So I'll just take you there. I'll show you the building. So on reaching at the Ambassador Hotel, I met my college classmate. So we hugged each other. We were catching up, and then this young girl was like, can I call my uncle?" I gave her one of my phone. At that time, I used to have two phones. I gave her one of my phone. Just in a second, she told me that credit imeishani, the credit has been depleted. I gave her another phone. I used to have two phones. My first employment, though. So after talking with my friend, now we want to part, and then I'm like, where is this girl who has been here? Then she's like, I thought she's your sister. I said, no, this lady, I just met her in near bus station, Luko OTC. But she said she was going to Wilton Hotel to see her uncle. And then by that time, even it had not hit me that my phones had been stolen. So my friend was like, let us go. Let me escort you to Hilton Hotel. So when you went, since me by that time I'd never even entered that Hilton Hotel. So my friend was leading the way. You know those friends. She was my deskmate, and I was the quiet one. She was the one who can fight all your affairs. So she was leading the way, climbing the stairs, and then the watchman was like, when you pass the gate, even the main door, me, I was just following her. So when when you are going through the stairs, the watchman was like, the security guy, you ladies, where are you going? And she was like, we are going up here to see Mr. Jeroge. And then the man was like, now you ladies, maybe you are nini. And what have you been scammed? And then my friend was like, how do you know that you've been scammed? How do you know that you've been scammed? And she said, and the watchman was like, cool down, ladies, cool down. Everyone who has been here asking for Mr. Joroge or looking for Mr. Joroge, they have been scammed. Some have been scammed money in the bank. Some have been scammed their belongings. Now, what have you been scammed? We had to come back from the stairs. My knees did not even have strength. I was shaking. And then that was it. My two phones stolen in a twinkle of an eye with a small girl. A small naive girl who was who was fearful, seemed harmless, seemed ignorant, and that was it. But up to now, I still believe this girl used something on me, because until then I was not this careless person. But I think in my mind I was like, maybe men or older people are the ones who steal. But nowadays my grandmother steal. Now in this case, how can you know that a colored person can use a drug on you? These ladies maybe just thought they have got their day of prospering or changing their lives. The way people, as I said in my last video, most people associate white color with money. Now, most people have been victim. When I say about some people being losing property in ways they don't know, some things have happened to them. And I think we need God more, and we need just to sit down and think, how can we help ourselves? Because when someone comes to you with devil's breath drug, trust me, you are